Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Critical fire weather conditions are going to continue for coastal Southern California through Wednesday. Due to moderate to locally strong Santa Ana winds, red flag warnings are going to remain in effect. A fresh Arctic blast is going to encompass much of the eastern half of the U.S. through the middle of this week before milder temperatures briefly return by the weekend. Heavy lake effect snow is expected in the Great Lakes. Closer to home, a secondary backdoor cold front is going to bring some breezy conditions to the western slopes of the Franklin's, Oregons, and other mountain ranges in the region. Quiet weather is going to prevail through the week, with below normal temperatures slowly moderating to near normal by Thursday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo City Commission is going to be having a regular meeting tomorrow at 6:30. The two big items on the agenda: declaring a vacancy exists on the City Commission for District 1, as well as consider and act upon the first publication of an ordinance to remove listed parking, overnight, and landing fees from Chapter 4 of the Code of Ordinances. The Village of Tularosa is having a regular meeting this coming Wednesday. That'll be at Village Hall. The City of Alamogordo Parks and Recreation Advisory Board regular quarterly meeting is this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Alamogordo Recreation Center, 1100 Oregon. This Saturday, the La Luz Agricultural Market will be taking place from 1 until 4, weather permitting, at 7350 US 54 south across from Boot Hill RV Park. If you have any questions, 575-442-1193. The City of Alamogordo is now collecting Christmas trees for recycling. Collection runs through Friday, February 7th. All Christmas trees which are collected are going to be sent to the Alamogordo Convenience Center to be mulched into a pile, which will become accessible to the public. All are welcome to take as much mulch from the pile as you need for your own use. Citizens are responsible for loading their vehicles with the mulch. The new Facebook page for the City of Alamogordo Parks and Recreation is your source for news and updates regarding city parks, trails, courts, facilities, events, programs, improvement projects, and more. Activities, notifications, and general information about the Parks and Recreation Department will be featured, as well as tips and guidelines and other things like that. Facebook.com/Alamogordo Parks and Rec. Well, today is Monday. Let's get a update from Animal Village NM.
Hi, Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. Are you ready to make a real difference for local pets and families in our community? Animal Village NM is excited to announce our Thank You in Advance fundraiser, and we need your help to reach our goal of raising $25,000 by February 29th. With your support, we can help 225 pets receive low-cost spay and neuter surgeries this year, ensuring healthier, happier lives for them, their families, and your community. Here's the great news. Thanks to the generosity of donors like you, Animal Village NM is now able to offer local spay-neuter surgeries for just $35 to low-income pet owners. This is a significant reduction from the previous $65 copay, and it's made possible by people who care about preventing pet overpopulation and keeping pets in loving homes. To make this even more accessible, we're at the White Sands Mall every second Tuesday between 11:30 a.m. and 1, just inside the Ashley Furniture entrance, registering low-income pet owners for spay and neuter surgery. Bring your EBT, Medicaid card, or other proof of low-income status so that we can help register you for our program. Even if you're not in need of spay-neuter help, stop by and learn more about how we're working to make a difference for local pets and families in Otero and Lincoln counties. Proof of low-income status is required for registration, but nothing's required for you to bring us unneeded shoes, any kind, any size, for our year-round shoe drive fundraiser. Spaying and neutering is a critical step in reducing the number of homeless pets in our community. Every surgery helps prevent hundreds of unwanted litters and reduces the risk of pet cancers, ensuring that more pets stay healthy and in their forever homes. But we can't do it without your help. Your donations to our Thank You in Advance fundraiser will directly support our mission. By contributing, you're not just helping us cover the costs of surgeries, you're giving pets and their families a brighter future. Whether it's a one-time donation, becoming a monthly sponsor, becoming a volunteer, a board member, or dropping off gently worn shoes at our collection boxes, every contribution makes a big difference. Visit us online at animalvillagenm.org to learn more about how you can get involved. You can also mail your financial donations to Animal Village NM at 303 Spring Road, Ruidoso, New Mexico, 88345. Together, we can create a community where no pet is left hungry or able to breed unwanted litters to suffer in our community. So join us in this life-changing effort. Donate today. Be part of helping 225 local pets be spayed or neutered this year. Because when we all come together, the impact is extraordinary. AnimalVillageNM.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A smuggling tunnel was discovered Friday afternoon, which starts in Juarez and ends in El Paso, traveling under the border wall. According to Customs and Border Protection, the tunnel leads into a public storm drain in El Paso. The entry hole was covered by a metal plate. The tunnel is 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and supported by wooden beams equipped with both lighting and ventilation systems. Roswell police are investigating a shooting as self-defense after a person was killed Friday night. 27-year-old Alvin Cedillo was found unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. Police say Cedillo threatened a man and his girlfriend with a gun, demanding their phones and other personal items, and demanded to be driven to another location. When the men refused, police say Cedillo shot at the two, who returned fire. Cedillo was shot multiple times and pronounced dead by the medics. Police say the man suffered non-life-threatening injuries, and police are continuing to investigate. No charges have been filed against the injured man. Senator Linda Lopez and Senator Antoinette Cedillo plan to reintroduce the rent control bill in the upcoming legislative session. For the past 2 years, Lopez has introduced a rent control bill, but it hasn't got enough support to pass so far anyway. Well, this past Saturday, New Mexico organizers gathered to show support for rent control and spoke about how it's affecting their lives. Bernadette Hardy with the International District of Healthy Communities Coalition spoke with KOAT.
Leaving us with no choice but for us to abandon the communities we love. I had to scramble and live with families just to save enough money to keep my son at the school he wants to graduate from.
Maria Griego with the New Mexico Center on Law and Poverty says we should repeal the New Mexico law currently prohibiting rent control.
Let's be clear. Repealing the prohibition doesn't mean that rent control would be enacted statewide. It simply means that local governments would have the option. They would be able to act in response to local conditions in ways that make sense for their residents. Community leaders say that since 2017, rent prices have gone up by 70% in New Mexico. But if you put limitations on what landlords are allowed to charge, they're going to end up charging nothing. Now, that doesn't mean free. Don't misunderstand me. Landlords will be forced to sell properties that they can no longer profit from, and that's going to make the housing problem worse. It's going to shift the entire state into a buyer's market. And if you don't have the credit, you're worse now than you were. Folks, the solution is never the government. There's only 2 states with statewide rent control laws, Oregon and California. And people are leaving those states in mass exodus. Think about it. For the first time in over 20 years, a study has been conducted, and the results reveal that over 1.1 million New Mexicans have experienced sexual violence. The New Mexico Coalition of Sexual Assault Programs conducted that research. Despite the need for help, 68% of victims of sexual assault and 75% of all victims of rape do not seek professional support. The study found that only a third of respondents sought professional help of any kind or victim services. The coalition hopes that by expanding their reach with a helpline, fewer people will suffer in silence. The New Mexico Sexual Assault Helpline is 844-667-2457. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 8 games for New Mexico girls basketball today. That includes Mescalero at Eunice. Alamogordo heads to Portales. Go, Lady Tigers. Also, a recent game had to be postponed due to the weather. So the Tularosa Lady Cats and the Alamogordo Lady Tigers, they'll be meeting up on Wednesday. Go, both of ya. There are 6 games for New Mexico varsity basketball. Mescalero heads to Eunice, and Alamogordo heads to Los Lunas. Go Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly cloudy skies, winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 46. Low tonight of 23. High tomorrow, 49 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 16 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 12. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 28. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 2. Low tonight of 12. Wind chills going to make it feel like it's 3. High tomorrow, 34. Wind chills going to make it feel like it's 4 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.